Amy Agro investigates what upperclassmen have to say to their underclassmen. While Abigail Davis and Ali Perez investigate further on scholarships given out to students this year. And Connor Powell and Jacob Hoxie investigate a local cartoonist this week on The Raw.
Welcome back to the Rock AHS. I'm Mason Baki.
And I'm Lily Rose Day. We have a great show lined up for you today.
As the school year comes to a close, the seniors wanted to share some of their high school advice with the underclassmen.
Amy Agagard produced a segment all about it.
High school can be tricky because once you learn something about yourself, it can be easy to wish that you had done things differently in the past. We interviewed some of AHS's seniors to see what they wish they had done differently during their high school career, and their best advice for the younger students of AHS.
One thing I wish I had known before coming into high school is that the upperclassmen are not that intimidating. I wish that I had become better friends with more of the upperclassmen.
Yeah, coming into high school, I wish that I had just known more upperclassmen and been less scared of them, and also been open to being friends with like exchange students, because they're some of the coolest people, for sure.
One thing that I wish I knew was that there's a bunch of opportunities at the high school. You can do a lot more than in middle school, and you just have to find them. So there's some great opportunities like in the clubs, and if you go out during like club fair, which is at the start of the school, then you can meet all those clubs, and it really helps your experience at high school.
A motto I have for myself is everything happens for a reason, so I kind of just go with the flow, and I know like it'll be good in the end.
My high school motto that kind of kept things less serious kind of is, will this matter in 10 years? Because like if I did bad on a test, in the grand scheme of things, it's not that big of a deal.
Something I wish I knew coming into high school is that the little things like drama with friends, with teachers, whatever it is, does not matter your senior, even junior year. The little things that in the moment that make you mad, make you sad, don't matter. They're little, it's just high school, and just try to have as much fun as possible. I wish I joined more clubs. I focused a lot on school and with the sports I was doing and the friends I was in, which was great. But I wish I joined things like Key Club or GSA, you name it, just more clubs so I could meet more people.
Just try everything if you can.
Be adventurous.
Kind of push the limits of your comfort zone. I think that's good advice. I wish I had that advice.
That was some great advice.
It really was.
Next up, Jacob Hoxie and Connor Powell interviewed a local political cartoonist to find out more about his work.
Last week, local political cartoonist Milt Prigge came to speak to Mr. Andrus' civics class. We had the chance to sit down with Prigge to learn more about cartooning and how he got into the business.
My dad was an art director. Both my parents were artists. I'd say, Dad, draw me this, draw me that. And, I would just, I'd make him work for the next couple hours as soon as he came home from work. After a while, he got tired, and next time I asked him, he gave me a pad and a pencil, and he said, here, you draw it. So then I did. I started emulating my dad. I want to draw. I want to draw just like my dad's drawing. And it was magic. And as I was doing my doodling, I was entertaining myself by drawing whatever that was on my mind. And so that's how that started. And then that just grew into the teachers in junior high could see that, instead of taking real good notes, I was doodling a lot. So when it was time to put out a school newspaper, and they said, you're going to be the cartoonist, so they found a spot for me, and that helped me in my growth, et cetera, et cetera. So to be drawing cartoons for the school newspaper. I didn't know anything about politics or anything like that. I just liked to draw, and I liked to see it in print.
He looks innocent enough, walking down the street, the man with the quick gait and ready smile. But as he walks to work each morning, Milt Prigge is busy collecting ammunition.
Prigge began his work in Chicago, but he's worked for many newspapers over his multiple decades of cartooning. Here we see an evening news piece centered around his time at the Spokesman Review, a publication in Spokane. Priggy was quite a controversial character during his time in Spokane. Locals even began printing these "I Hate Priggy" bumper stickers.
And what I like to do is raise awareness of these issues that I'm approaching, and I feel that this is my protest. That's what an editorial cartoon is. It's a visual protest of whatever I'm addressing. Most of the time, I'm not confirming something you believe in. Most of the time, I'm challenging. But you can't challenge everybody's beliefs, and you can't confirm everybody's beliefs. So you draw the cartoon that you enjoy. It's about what you want to say on the issue, and let the chips fall where they may. Some people are going to be very happy with it, and other people are not going to be so happy with it. So.
When asked about any advice he'd give to future cartoonists, Priggy had this to say.
If there's something that you really want to share with your fellow citizens, fellow voters, something that you believe that they need to know, I'm just letting you know that you need to approach them digitally. Keep it short, sweet, hard-hitting. Both of those things add up to entertaining. And if you can do it on local issues, that much better, because that's content that they're not going to get from any other source.
Those cartoons certainly give people a lot to think about.
They sure do. And this art is not the only thing that has been influential in our town recently. Last month, the Anacortes Schools Foundation awarded over 100 scholarships to graduating seniors and current college students.
Abby Davis and Ali Perez took a look at how the foundation has impacted our community.
The annual Anacortes Schools Foundation Scholarship Ceremony was May 22nd. We talked to Marta McClintock, the Executive Director of ASF, to learn more about the foundation.
This year we gave out 120 scholarships and over $250,000, which is pretty amazing. I think one thing that is sort of a misconception is that you need to have a 4.0 or you need to have been class president and captain of the football team to get a scholarship. And really there are scholarships available for people that have not had tremendous GPAs, who have not been at the top of whatever sport they're doing. There are need-based scholarships and merit-based scholarships, so I really encourage everyone to apply. We really try to match the student with the scholarship in the best possible way we can. So we have, for instance, we have a scholarship that is for someone who wants to study crops. And so those are kind of interesting. Those, if we get someone that has a specific thing that they want to study, library sciences. We have a number of scholarships in the healthcare industry. So if you're studying kinesiology or nursing and that's on your application, then we would look at you for a couple of different scholarships. Whatever we can do to help out is just one more step closer to helping you guys pursue whatever you want to do in life.
These scholarships have helped thousands of Anacortes students follow their dreams and pursue education after high school. To find out more, we sat down with Jade King, a student who received a scholarship.
Once I received the scholarship, I went up and met one of the sons who was giving it to me, but then once we went back, I got to meet all of the siblings of the parents who it was in recognition of, so I got to actually know about what they did, and they got to actually hear about my plans for the future. So it was really exciting because they got to hear more than just my essay. They actually got to know me as a person, I guess. But it was just really cool getting to know the people who are giving me the scholarship, because with most scholarships you don't really get that person-to-person interaction. The scholarship will help me a lot next year because with FAFSA, even if you get really good FAFSA, a report back, you still might have to take out loans. So getting this scholarship really helped because it's lessening loans that I would have to take out. I'd like to say thank you to all of them, and not only to the people who gave me the scholarship, but also to the people who gave all the scholarships to everybody else in my class, because I know how much it will help everyone, and it's just really exciting that they do this every year.
It's so cool how many students will benefit from those scholarships.
Yeah, the people in our town are so generous.
Well, that wraps up our show for today.
If you have any comments or suggestions, email them to therock@asd103.org.
With that, I'm Mason Bakke.
And I'm Lily Rose Day.
And from our rock to yours, have a great day, AHS.